Good morning everybody, welcome to another sim product unboxing, build, first impressions video. Obi's helping me unpack this one. I do hope I don't need to send that back because they might not take the box in its current condition. Obs, slow down. Right, what we have here is the Pro Sim, I think it's called Pro Sim, oh crikey, what is it called? Pro SIMRIG 4-screen monitor stand. From Race Anywhere. And before I start this, I'm just going to thank Race Anywhere for the fact that I've got this. Their customer service has been basically second to none. The package came in, it was 3 boxes because I ordered an extra piece of aluminium profile for a custom thing I'm going to do as well. 2 of the boxes turned up on the morning I was expecting, but this main one wasn't there. One quick line into Race Anywhere. They established straight away that there was a problem with TNT. The delivery guys couldn't fit it in the van. Within a couple of hours, this box arrived. Absolutely delighted, and they were on the ball, contacting me constantly to let me know what was happening. So those guys, awesome. I will try and get an affiliate link actually, because they are them, Digital Motorsport and Fanatec are the 3 companies that have given really good service that I've used so far. So I'd quite gladly affiliate myself with them at some point. So what it is, aluminium profile, 4080 I think is the main sort of uprights. It's in silver, which I would have preferred black just to match with my Omega Prime, GT Omega Prime rig, but it's not that big a deal. Not compared to the fact that this is considerably cheaper than the GT Omega version. Same sort of spec. In fact, a couple of things look like I might prefer them in terms of the brackets for how the angled pieces go. It was in stock, which GT Omega don't seem to have or haven't had for a while of their triple or quad monitor stands. And like I say, the service was absolutely phenomenal. I've literally just, well, Obi's just opened the box, so I've not checked the contents of this main box, but from the other 2 boxes, absolutely perfect. In fact, I've already built, right there, I've already built the 4th screen edition, which will go, so if you imagine that's the top of the stand and I'm sitting here, that will go on the top with a 4th screen sort of facing over the top of me. It's quite heavy but very solid, very easy to put together. I'm not going to do a full build video, by the way, because there are much more qualified people out there that have already done videos or will do videos without fanning around in the way that I will. And also it will only slow me down, and aluminium profile, it's just common sense. You can, I mean, there are no instructions other than online, but I'm thinking I'm not even going to need them. It should just present itself in a kind of Lego kind of way. Should be straightforward. Oh, I'm out of breath, I'm getting excited, and these things are heavier than they look. Oh, one other little touch. Very nice handwritten note from Race Anywhere, just thanking me for the order. Always nice to feel like you've been sort of personally appreciated by a human being. Anyway, without further ado, like I say, I'm not going to do a full build. I will time-lapse this, but if there are any particular areas of either concern or excitement, I will highlight those during the build process. But for now, let's time warp this bad boy. I'm going to pause the build there because I'm a bit out of breath and I'm supposed to be doing some rallying. I've run out of time, but that's basically the frame done. Nothing is measured up. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to widen it right out. Might even have to put these on the outside of these brackets in order to accommodate the larger screen in the middle. But barring one of the T-nuts, this one here, which was a bit threaded, probably me, everything went together beautifully. And the only other mistake I made is that I thought this, and the 2 feet down there were all the same size. So typically I bolted 2 odd-sized feet on to start off with, but it's so straightforward. Everything fits together beautifully. These angle brackets look like they're going to work really nicely. And what is really the biggest, most pleasant surprise, from the pictures and from what I thought I ordered, this piece here was a 40 by 40, not a 40 by 80. Likewise with the feet down here. 40/40s, not 40/80s. So much beefier than I was expecting. The construction, I mean, nothing's tightened up yet. I've got to tweak it all up, but the construction seems absolutely brilliant. And I've had a thought, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, I might actually remove the feet altogether, because then I've got this spare alloy profile, and actually just bolt straight on, excuse the mess, just bolt it straight on, as I've done with my fence post one here, bolt it straight onto the side of the profile. Then that really isn't going anywhere. But yeah, so I'm going to pause the video now, do some rallying, and then I'll come back and put the Vaser mounts on, the fourth monitor mount on the top, and then it's the technical part of actually getting the monitors mounted on there, I suppose. But so far, awesome. So this might have been filmed over a couple of days because of family and work interruptions, which are so inconsiderate. And I may or may not have forgotten to press record during certain key parts of the build. But essentially, you saw the frame being built. That part of it actually is a piece of cake. The bits I forgot to film are the really tricky little minute adjustments needed to get everything lined up. And I have fixed it now permanently to the side of my rig, as opposed to using the feet, which, as I mentioned, now gives me some lovely spare aluminium profile to use for other projects. And it was the best way of getting the uprights perfectly vertical and absolutely rock solid. So I've just got the screens working on iRacing as a triple screen. None of the settings are right, so ignore all the field of view and the distances and all the rest of it. It's not going to look great, but it works. So I'll quickly drag the camera around and you can have a proper look. So this is what I was working with. My trusty fence post monitor stand with a Vaser angleable bracket thing that I did have on there, and did the job perfectly well for a while, but obviously not easily expandable for triple monitors and not quite as rigid. So anyway, this is what we are left with. So there's your fourth screen mount at the top. That's really easy, just a couple of bolts onto the main cross beam. Here, if you can see it, you'll see where I've bolted the uprights directly onto the side of the GT Omega Prime rig. Here are the angles which I've yet to set correctly. And if we come round there, you will see, I'll see if I can get an angle that kind of represents what I'm looking at. Still a little bit of tweaking to be done on the positioning of the monitor, the physical position of the monitors, and then obviously some more tweaking to be done with the actual settings in game to get the screens to line up perfectly. But the fact that it works after, it hasn't improved my driving, as you'll see, but the fact that it works after changing a couple of lines of code within the app.ini file for iRacing, thanks to a video from Dan Suzuki, which I'll link below if I remember, I do now have triple screen iRacing. So all I've got to do now is try and work out how to do it for ACC, Dirt Rally 2, possibly F1, Race Room, Wreckfest maybe. Sounds easy, doesn't it? And like I say, it'll be probably weeks or months of tweaking the settings before I'm perfectly happy with it. But I did some driving, not well, and it works. So it's a good start. So thank you Darren and Rink for your advice along the way, and for pointing me in the direction of Dan Suzuki's video, because without that and without your mathematical genius, I'd still be here trying to add up the widths of my monitors and what kind of resolution I needed. So thanks guys for your help with that. Thank you Race Anywhere for brilliant service, and the product itself absolutely spot on so far from what I can see. I will keep you updated with any kind of long-term problems, and I suppose my next video hopefully will be my first race triple screened. Cheers, catch you soon.